to another edition of the NERDWatch podcast. I, of course, am G Money, here at another lovely Tuesday evening right here in the heart of Wailuku Town on the beautiful island of Maui in the great state of Hawaii. And let me do this. Let me do this now. There's only 3 of us here, so let me just introduce the crew. First of all, he is the producer, seducer. He does a little producing and quite a lot of seducing. Just ask him. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody say hello to Kai Kai. How's it going, Kai?
America, please don't take whatever G says as actual fact. Anything he says is possibly could be wrong, as much wrong as Joe Biden is.
Well, you do a lot of seducing. Quite a lot. You do more seducing than producing, which I don't like. But hey, listen, it is what it is.
Whoa. I told you, give me some of the work. You don't like to give me anything, and I'm just left doing whatever I have to.
Here's the problem.
What?
All the seducing that you do, you have no time for producing, which is very frustrating.
What is this false?
All right.
We'll get to it later.
Anyway, big shout out to Ron Cataguy. Good evening, sir. So, see, I hate myself for loving you there, Kai. It's how it works. Sorry. Also, joining us this evening.
I hate you.
He is our man in black. He's the man who does card tricks with his hands, bird tricks with his pants, and now he is an MMO nomad. If there's a game that he should play, please let us know. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Phormat, our gaming guru. Let's go, Phormat.
Oh, hey, everybody. Hey, so Kai, I heard you do a lot of seducing.
Apparently, I don't know why.
That's what I'm telling you. There's a lot of seducing going on. It's crazy. Yeah. I heard he does his best work at Miko's after dinner. So that's what I hear. So, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
So, are you just so that we're clear? Are you a gaming nomad Phormat? Have you found a new game that you could call home yet? Since you're not playing WoW.
I've been looking at Phantasy Star.
Oh,
cool.
Yeah,
I like
interesting.
The fast, like frenetic movements. Like it's very. I don't know. I played Genshin Impact for a while, and it's like a better version of Genshin Impact.
Ooh, nice.
Mm-hmm. I think the fact that it's not a gacha is the main reason why I'm intrigued by it.
I played Phantasy Star Online back in the day, and I didn't like it.
Well, back in the day, it was an RPG, right? A JRPG. So
no, remember? Well, I played it on. Remember, it was on Dreamcast, and it was online. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Never. I didn't like
PSO?
it. Yeah, PSO, baby.
But was it? I thought that was a JRPG as well.
I'm not. It was, but it was formatted like an MMO because it was always online. Remember that? Don't you remember?
Yeah, I remember that. But as far as like gameplay goes, it was still turn-based.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe you're right. I can't remember at this time, but yeah, it was definitely turn-based.
Yeah, so I've been checking that out, and also because the rest of my clan is playing it.
There we go.
I've been looking into Splitgate. It looks.
It's
kind of reminiscent of Unreal Tournament, and I really miss those, but it doesn't feel as fast as Unreal.
Unreal Tournament, yeah. It feels like to me a cross between Unreal Tournament and Halo-ish.
Whenever I watch my friends play it, it's like they're playing with bots because they're able to line up shots like super easy.
Yeah, I wanted to download it, but I just got too much crap on my plate already. But it looks good. I mean, it looks fun.
It looks very straightforward and simple. But let's see what else. I've been. I made the Magic Arena grind all the way up to Diamond rank right before the season changed.
Nice.
So that was great, I guess. the new god that they released for Smite, Charybdis, she is pretty awesome. She's not OP like most god reveals, but she's like in that sweet spot.
Oh,
so I don't think she's gonna be like nerfed anytime soon, but you never know. What else have I been playing? Me and Lono got into Spellbreak again, just to see if we still
Spellbreak
got
on
it.
PC or on
PC.
PS? On PC.
We were playing it on PlayStation before, so we wanted to see because it's free out. So figured we'd try it out.
There's a new game that's getting some play called Hunter's Legends Arena.
Hunter's Legends Arena.
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently, that's getting.
What is that?
It's a.
Like, what is that like?
It's kind of Spellbreak. It's almost got this battle royale feel, except it takes place in like. It seems like it's ancient China, and there's magic and all this other stuff. Yeah, I saw it.
Well, I know. What there's like another game. It's like Nanaki or something. It's like feudal Japan battle royale.
Oh wow!
So they're like running from treetop to treetop.
Wow,
it's hard to keep track with all the different games and stuff.
Yeah, I was like, what is this?
Yeah, it's there's just there's just so many games right now. It's not even funny. I can't even keep up. I played. I got back into Final Fantasy 14. Started playing that. Got my guy up to 50. Sheep. I started doing different jobs. I'm a Dark Knight now. And I tell you what, I don't know.
You're
I don't know
a Dark Knight now?
Yeah, there's a Dark Knight tank class. It's actually pretty cool. I don't know if that game's for me though. I don't know if I like it. I didn't mind grinding up to 50, but I don't know if I like it. It's not as it's very much now I know why WoW players are kind of gravitating to that, because the grind is actually real in that game. It's crazy. So you don't have to create multiple avatars. You can just create one and you can have different jobs, but they bust you down. So if you wanted to be a Dark Knight, hey, cool, you're a Dark Knight, but guess what? You're level 50. But since you want to take this new job, we're gonna bust you down to 30, and you're gonna have to work your way back up to 50, and then to 60, and then to 70.
Like I played it like a long time ago.
I'm not gonna lie, it's good. I mean, if you have a PC, it's probably even better. But yeah, my game of choice is still Elder Scrolls. I have that game is perfect for me. I am loving that MMO without a doubt. But I ended up playing Spider-Man Remastered on PS, and then I platted that this past week. That was a lot of fun.
Good for
that
you.
game is great. I love that Spider-Man game. It's probably one of the best arcade, or probably one of the best Spider-Man stories that they could make for a video game. I actually thought it was really damn good. And then I'm halfway through Spider-Man Miles Morales right now, because I waited to play that. So I'm halfway through that. So I'm at 50%. The guy who plays Miles Morales in that game is less annoying in the Spider-Man Remastered, and he's a lot more annoying in this game. But I mean, I'm still digging it. Yeah, I'm still digging it. I mean, I think it's his voice acting. It seems a little, it's almost too overly teenage angsty. And like his voice is constantly cracking, and I'm like, okay, knock it off. We get it. Totally get it. Anyway, it's not a bad game, and it looks amazing. So I'm trying to finish that up since I'm halfway done with that. And but yeah, that's all I've been playing. And of course, ESO, I've been running dungeons, and I've been running vet dungeons and things like that.
Nice.
And
good
so
for you, man.
boring. Boring. I know it's boring. We haven't even got to the good stuff yet. Anyway, let's get to it, shall we? First off, I want to make sure that everybody knows that you can follow us on all three of these platforms: Facebook.com/NerdWatch, and YouTube at NerdWatch Nation, and on Twitch at NerdWatch 808. All of our socials are at the bottom right there. So please take a look at those. Smash that like button. hit it, caress it, stroke it, whatever you're going to do with it, just press it so it turns a different color. That's all I need you to do. Facebook.com/NerdWatch, YouTube at NerdWatch Nation, and on Twitch at NerdWatch808. We will see all of your comments in the chat as well. So please feel free to comment, question, whatever you got to do, because there's
the private ones.
Yeah, even the private, intimate ones we'll take a look at. Anyway, it's we'll see if we can curb Kai's seducing in the chat. We'll see if we can do that.
Stop it.
Anyway, let's get to it, shall we?
To the guy?
Yeah,
let him run rampant.
Yeah, I don't want to put the kibosh on all the seducing that he does. Good point. Thanks, Phormat. I'll rethink my I'll rethink that. Anyway,
what kind of friend are you?
I know. I should definitely stop that. First of all, no comic book list this week. Hopefully, Alika will be back next week and we can talk more about.
Man, there's so many comics.
Is
all
there?
of the comics? Oh my goodness!
Yeah, where is that man? Good lord.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's okay. He'll be back.
The one comic, and then there's the other one. And then what was it, like the 42nd issue of that one?
Portuguese girl says no comic books. Yeah, unfortunately, Alika's not here. Although we can, he can seduce with just an avatar. Imagine if he shows his face. That's true, Ron. That's a good point, Ron. Good point. Well, let's see. We could say number 1. There's the Amazing Spider-Man number 69. There's Dark Knight 69 today. As well as the Avengers number. Can you guess?
24.
3.
17.
11.
Yeah. Anyway,
not 18. 18 is a magic number.
Was that close?
Yeah, it was close. Very close. Yeah, no, there are comic books this week, but we'll get more from Alika when he has the opportunity. I do want to send of course, to our friend Alika. I want to send condolences out to him and his family. He lost his father. That's why he's not here tonight, of course. So we just want to send our condolences, the NERDWatch and the rest of the crew that hadn't. We just want to say we're sorry for your loss, of course, and we understand you take as much time as you need, my friend, and we're here for you. So by all means. Anyway,
since we're speaking on losses,
yes,
the world lost Sonny Chiba recently.
You know what? I'm glad you mentioned that because I almost forgot because I did see that. Yes, Sonny Chiba, the man who the Street Fighter himself, Sonny Chiba, and the man who Keanu Reeves reverently was very reverent about and admired greatly. Sonny Chiba. If you don't know who he is, he was how can I put this? He is an idol in martial arts movies. I think maybe the guy who is the lead actor of Shang-Chi should do a little more, perusing movie lore and moviedom to find that there are a lot of Asian actors that he can look up to that are aspirational, and Sonny Chiba is one of them. So maybe he should do a little more searching, a lot less talky about that. So yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Why do you say it like that?
Well, because
talky.
Yeah, that's because
why do you squint when you say it? It's messed up, man.
Yeah, I know. It's so weird.
It's not my eyes. You guys are wrong. You guys are evil and wrong. That's my eyes. Shut up. You guys are trying to get me in trouble. Anyway, no. Also, I do want to if we're lucky, if this show is lucky, and I hope we are, we will have I hopefully will be having an interview with the director of Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings, Maui boy himself, Baldwin graduate, Destin Cretton. And hopefully that will come true. That should be happening in the next week and a half or so.
Very cool.
So
nice.
That'll be very exciting. I'm only telling you guys, don't tell Gannon or Todd or any of those idiots. Okay. So we don't want to ruin our rep already.
Show them.
Yeah.
You do realize they'll just watch this and then say, "Oh, now we have to be on."
Oh,
damn it!
You assume they actually watch this
that's true. You do assume that. That's a good point.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh, that's a good point. But if everything goes well, I'm hoping that everything does go well, that we will, you guys will get to hear from Destin himself. Of course, Maui boy, done good, as it were. Great filmmaker. This is a very different type of film for him. He's of course done Short Term 12, The Glass Castle. His latest, of course, being Just Mercy with Michael B. Jordan. Great films, by the way. And Shang-Chi is a very different direction for him. So very excited to see what this film is going to be like when we do get a chance to take a look at it, take a gander, you know. So that'll be very cool. Now, let's get into it, shall we? First of all, I want, obviously, as most of you know, there was a trailer that was leaked for Spider-Man No Way Home. And it was
that the official title? It's not the...
Yeah, no, it's No Way Home.
More homes. No.
Yeah,
welcome home. Welcome back to the home.
I think
Spider-Man welcomes.
Home running. I think
home.
If you paid attention to my first of all, let me explain this. There was a leaked trailer that Sony wanted to immediately take down, which they did.
Right.
And in its place, Sony said, "F it, we're going to release the real one," and they did. It was a 3-minute teaser trailer that I would like to play here, but I want to avoid any copyright issues with Sony because Sony's very,
we'll just act it out.
All right, sweet.
So they're laying on the rooftop.
And,
so
are you going to be?
Got the newspaper, and she's like, "Oh, this is a funny one."
Yes.
Wait, hang on.
What?
I'll be Zendaya. You be Peter. Phormat.
You don't have the legs.
Yeah, you don't have the legs.
Damn it.
You actually don't have the hair.
Joking.
Good point. It's a good point. No, but anyway, a very interesting trailer. For all of you that have not had a chance to see it, look it up. It's on the NERDWatch Facebook page. It looks very good. I will say that my feeling is, after I saw it, my feeling is that guy in that movie is not Doctor Strange. That's my feeling. I don't know about everyone else, but that little what the heck's his name in that movie? His counterpart, his right-hand man, Wong. It's Wong, right? Yeah. When Wong tells Strange, "Listen, you can't do that spell," and Strange does the wink and a nod to Peter, I was like, that ain't freaking Doctor Strange, because Doctor Strange don't work like that. So, I mean,
the Doctor Strange doesn't work
true.
Like that.
This
one breaks
true.
The rules all the time.
Yeah.
So the Doctor, okay, that's a good point. So I have a feeling that ain't him. And we've now, of course, opened the Pandora's box.
It's Mephisto all over. No, it was Agatha all along.
Well, it opens, of course, the Marvel universe to the multiverse, which is interesting because I didn't think that the multiverse would be open in a Spider-Man film. But as you know, the rumor in Hollywood right now is
of the Spider-Verse. You didn't think it would have been a
no. Well, no. I mean, well, this is what I was trying to explain, is that knowing that Marvel is trying to buy the Spider-Man property from Sony, I was actually surprised that they would even remotely get into the multiverse in a Spider-Man movie. I thought that we would wait until
like multiverse
of madness, right? That was my
I think that's a valid point, but I mean, the thing you got to remember is they like money,
and they need it right now.
First of all, who doesn't, sir? Anyway, Ron Cataguy says it's Mordo. That is a possibility.
Mortal Kombat? No.
Mortal Kombat. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, I thought the trailer was very well done. Seeing Alfred Molina was very cool. They gave us a wink and a nod to the Green Goblin with the grenade, which was cool as well. I'm guessing that there was complaints in our very own NERDWatch chat that how is it possible that we can attach ourselves to Spider-Man when Spider-Man doesn't even he can't carry his own movie? Which is interesting. I kind of agree with that. I don't think
that's a valid thing because this movie still revolves around Peter.
Okay.
Now you take the Flash movie, and it's very obviously not a Flash movie now.
It's a good point. You're right. It's not.
So I don't see what the complaint is really.
I think what they're saying is that we have Doctor Strange, and then we have his rogues gallery of villains, and he doesn't seem to have. It seems like Peter and Spider-Man don't get. He hasn't gotten his bearings in the last movies he's been in. I mean, from Infinity War to Endgame to Civil War, and then of course Homecoming. By the way,
what are you talking about, man? He was Night Monkey for like a full 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I will say that I'm very, very excited for this movie. I think that it is a very, very interesting, I guess because of the COVIDs and because of how the release windows are working now, for them to release a Spider-Man film in the wintertime is an interesting strategy. Considering that the box offices have not been good during the summertime as of now, and to release it during Christmas when it's getting colder. And of course, we all know that the whole COVID thing is getting around that wintertime. It's supposed to get a little crazier. And so, and people are doing lockdowns now again, or not lockdowns, but more restrictions and stuff like that. I'm surprised that it's actually coming out in December, but hey, listen, more power to them if they pull it off for sure. But it looked good. I really thought that it was a very well done trailer, and I liked it a lot. Bronzebeard 808, who's in the chat, says bring Toby back for Spider-Man. First of all, let me tell you something. I love Tobey Maguire. Okay, I think he's a great Spider-Man, but I think Andrew Garfield does not get enough due as Spider-Man. He is great in the Amazing Spider-Man, the first one. The second one is not that great, but he is great in the Amazing Spider-Man. I love that movie. I think that movie does not appreciated enough. But I'm going to say something very controversial. Well, maybe it won't be controversial. I think that a woman should play Spider-Man. No, I'm just kidding.
What?
No.
Why is it?
I'm just kidding. I think, in my opinion, I think that Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man he's the best Spider-Man that we've ever had. That's what I believe. I believe
agree.
He's the best.
I think those that really want Tobey Maguire to come back is really caught up in nostalgia. They're the same guys that are like, Michael Keaton's the best Batman. Oh my God. Serious?
First of all,
I think Andrew Garfield did okay, but I mean, skateboarding Spider-Man, dude, come on.
First of all, I don't mind an emo Spider-Man. I was okay with that, but he changed during the movie, and I thought that was the evolution of his character. So I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it that much.
He got spider powers and learned how to skateboard.
Hey,
word.
But that's how he learned how to be such a good, to do all those spider tricks with his. Hey, and let's be honest. What's cool about Andrew Garfield being Spider-Man is that, was it Andrew Garfield? Is it Andrew? It is Andrew, right?
Yeah,
Andrew,
right?
yes, Andrew Garfield.
You know what's great about that is that
you can't remember his name.
I can't remember his name. What I loved about his performance what I loved about his version of it. There was, but he also was the one. He was also the one that brought back the webbing that wasn't a part of his being. I love the fact that he was an actual scientist in that movie.
Yeah, I like that.
That is what I love.
Organic web shooters are gross.
Organic web shooters. The way
that fluid come from?
He put together that. He put together the suit in that movie. There was something very special about that, and I don't think a lot of people appreciate that.
I agree. I think that was one of the
highlights
better
for me.
Aspects of the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. For sure.
Yeah, I
like over the Tom Holland stuff. because the Tom Holland stuff is just gifted to him.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And I will say that is one of the biggest downfalls of Tom Holland is everything seems to be gifted to him, and he doesn't get his due as a
they do give him that scene where he creates the new suit, while Happy's trying to fly the plane or whatever. But I mean, that's
within
come on, man. That's still not your tech, dude. That's still Tony's stuff.
It's Tony's tech. You gave him 2 minutes to work on with Tony's tech. We get it. So I mean, hopefully he comes into his own in this one. Is what I'm hoping for. And I hope, like I said, once again, even though I am disappointed with certain aspects of Tom Holland's Spider-Man, I think he is the best representation of Peter Parker there has ever been so far.
I would agree. Yeah, I really like him in the role.
Yep.
And I like that he's not, 30-something-year-old Tobey Maguire trying to play a high school kid.
That's true. He's in his early 20s, and he looks like he's 15.
Right? Exactly. Yeah. That's perfect.
That's perfect. So
so what do you think about the trailer though? Like what directions are you thinking? I have a few ideas myself.
I will say that the directions.
Would be interested in hearing what you have to say.
It seems like to me that we are going to be jumping universes. Okay. Right? So I think when we see I was going to say Mike Molina. When we see
Mike Molina. Wow.
When we see now I can't remember his first name. Alfred Molina. Right. I think we are in I think
Batman's butler.
Yeah, Batman's butler. He's Indiana Jones's partner in Raiders of the Lost Ark as well. When we see Alfred Molina,
he screws him over.
That's right. Throw me the idol, I throw you the whip. I think that we are jumping universes, and I think multiverses, and I think when we see Alfred Molina's Doc Ock, I think we are in Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man universe. Is what I think.
I think so too. I think the way they cut that trailer was so well done. Because I honestly don't think he's talking to
I don't think he's talking to Tom Holland, right?
Yeah,
I don't think so either. That's right.
I mean, how would he know that's Peter Parker? He
doesn't.
His Peter Parker looks different.
That's right, and that's why I was like, nope, that's not that. When he said hello, Peter, and they cut to Tom, I was like, nope, that is not. He doesn't know that that's Peter Parker. He has no idea. Yeah, it's completely somebody else. So there's
a lot of possible Easter eggs in that trailer, like a lot of possible hints and whatnot. Mm-hmm. If you know where to look.
Somebody said Kurt Connors was in there, and I was like,
I didn't see that. I was looking, and I didn't see that, but I did see a lot of yellow lightning for some reason.
Yes.
So you know what that might mean, and a lot of the scenery was sandy. So maybe some Thomas Hayden Church action coming back. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Well, listen, we didn't get if we have Sandman and we have Electro, which is very cool. I gotta see Paul Giamatti in the Rhino suit again.
Oh God,
I'm in for that. But I personally think that this will be. I think this better outdo the last film, because even though I like the last film, I think it didn't even compare to how good Homecoming was. So I think that this one is shooting. I think this one is
the shining thing about like the Spider-Man films so far has been that the villains have been really good.
Excellent. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So Keaton's Vulture in the first one, and then what's his face is Mysterio in the second one. So
Jake
I
Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, whatever. Nobody cares.
I can't quit him. So good.
Okay.
Okay.
You and your mountains.
God.
But yeah, I think it's really good that they're able to use the villains to such success. And it's cool because for all we know, we might get Mysterio back. Yes, he died, but we got to remember that Mysterio in the MCU is not one dude, it's a whole team.
Yeah. I think the concept I think what makes this what makes this movie interesting now, knowing what the concept is. Remember, at the end of Far From Home, the end was we find out that J. Jonah Jameson reveals who Spider-Man is,
right.
and we go, how are they going to get out of this? Right? This is like, how the hell are they going to get out of this? And for Peter Parker to ask Doctor Strange. And it's only because he's a teenager and doesn't understand, I think. When he asks him to undo this, I don't think he understands what that means.
Right.
So I think that concept is fascinating for Peter and for us to hear Peter go, does that mean MJ's going to forget? Yeah. All right. Well, hang on a minute, Doc. And he said, it's already too late. It's already in motion. So that's a fascinating concept, because now what it feels like to me is that we're going back to where no one knows who Spider-Man is. And I think I
actually have a feeling that after the spell is cast.
Yeah.
And Peter's like, what just happened?
Right.
Doctor Strange isn't going to know who he is.
Right. No. Right. And he's going to kick him out of the Sanctum.
Sanctorum.
Yeah. He's going to kick him out of the Sanctum. So he's not going to know. And which is, but once again, this was all theory crafting.
Right.
Can Strange?
That's where I live. I live in theory crafting.
Can Strange craft a spell that even he wouldn't remember?
I think anything related to reality and warping, anything that probably affect him in certain ways too.
I would assume that he would be the only one that would remember.
That's
my guess.
It depends on the spell.
Yeah,
because maybe it affects everyone but Peter.
That's true. That's a good point.
Well, it affects all the Avengers too.
Well, yeah, it would.
Well, Phormat, let's. I got a whole bunch of other news to get to. So tell me, what do you think? What are the theory crafting that you have in your head about Spider-Man?
All right, so Mephisto, right?
Here we go with Mephisto. All right, I gotcha.
And then we're gonna revisit Kai's hexagons. There's gonna be a lot of hexagons. If you notice, when he makes the copies of the train, it's in a hexagon shape.
You're never gonna let that one go on me, huh?
That's a good point.
Good.
I will say this. If there was one thing that I still think doesn't hit the mark, at least it has not yet. And God love her, I like her a lot as an actress, but I don't think Zendaya's MJ has hit the bullseye yet for me.
I think it's because you're still wanting, MJ.
Yeah, maybe that's my problem. Yeah, that's a good point.
You haven't quite accepted Zendaya's.
Right.
What's her name? I can't remember. Michelle something.
Right.
Yeah.
You just call me MJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
You're still wanting the face it, Tiger. You just hit the jackpot.
I want to hear her say Tiger. Damn it! That's what I want to hear. Man, boy, was Mary Jane good in that Spider-Man game? Dang, and so was Felicia Hardy. They were great in that Spider-Man remastered game. Just a quick side note. Overall, though, I think this is a good trailer. It was smart for Sony. If they weren't going to release it today, because of what happened with the leak, it was smart for them to release it to kind of whatever damage control they could do and get it back on track and to show them the real trailer. So that was smart of Sony to do. So good on them. Once again, though, here's last thing on Spider-Man. My biggest issue with this now is if they're building this universe, this Spider-Man universe that Sony wants to build, right?
Mm-hmm.
We were supposed to get Morbius way before this. So I'm curious where Morbius fits in now. I'm curious because that movie's done. It's finished.
I think it fits in the Venom verse.
Does
more
it?
So than the Spider.
Okay.
The Spider-Man side of stuff.
It's interesting. It's an interesting concept because Morbius is a fascinating character because he's a vampire. Mm-hmm. And you would think that would be great fodder for Marvel to bring back Blade
Yeah, you know what I think so.
You would think. I mean, listen, I'm just a lonely podcast guy. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm an idiot. But what I'm saying is that
that's true.
You would.
Yeah.
Thank you for agreeing with me. I appreciate it. All right. So I would think that. So for me, I'm wondering if there's something. I wonder if there's something more to this Morbius not being around. Was my brain goes, is it not good? I mean, did they edit it and not think it worked out? Are they holding it back for some reason? Do they think this is not going to be the movie that they expected it to be? So that's where my head goes, because Morbius is already done. It's in the can, and the guy I feel sorry for the most is Jared Leto. He can't get a comic book movie that's going to work to save his life at this point. You know what I mean?
I mean, he keeps playing them wrong, so
yeah,
that's a good point too. Well, hopefully,
maybe that's why they wrapped the production on it, and then they looked at it and was like,
true. Ooh, this is not good. About this. Okay, so Jared Leto is playing Morbius, playing Jared Leto. Okay, I don't know if this is going to work. All right, I can see that.
Did you hear that interview where he was talking about playing the role of Morbius? As a method actor, I've never played a role that was so close to my own self.
Right.
Like, what?
What are you, a vampire guy? Are you serious, dude?
I was like, oh my, okay, dude.
Good for you, brother. Big shout out to Carl, who's in the chat. Hey, Carl. That's a shout out to 11th season of Walking Dead. The final season.
I hope you got caught up on all your trailers, Carl,
yeah,
because that's apparently what we're talking about.
We're talking about Spider-Man. No way.
No homes for
homeless.
If you saw my Facebook page, they should have called it. They should have called it Spider-Man 99 Problems and No Way Home is One. That's what they should have called it.
So,
it's too long. I suck almost as fire spray.
That's a great time. Yeah,
it should be Spider-Man homeless. The mainland's gonna give him a ticket to Hawaii.
That's the name of the show. Spider-Man Ticket to Hawaii. That's good. That is good. I like it. How about Spider-Man Hard Ticket to Hawaii? That would be even better.
I feel like we may be encroaching on infringement there.
Ron is boo for G. Well, how dare you, sir? Carl says Jared Leto is the next Brad Pitt. All right, if you say so. I'm not one to argue. I'm not one to argue for sure.
I don't know, man. We won't know that for sure until Jared Leto plays Joe Black.
That's true.
And we all go to see that movie just to watch the Star Wars trailer and then walk out.
So I wanted to let you guys know, since we're talking about Tom Holland, I got some more interesting Tom Holland news. Of course, as some of you know, this past weekend, I think today is the last day, or yesterday was the last. I'm not sure. CinemaCon is happening in Las Vegas. CinemaCon, of course.
What Decepticon is that?
Okay, first of all, he transforms.
It's a cinnamon bun.
He transforms into a tremendous CinemaCon.
Nice one, Kai.
Stop it. He's
a
not
flying cinnamon bun.
No, he transforms into a gigantic silver screen. That's
delicious.
CinemaCon. Yeah. So in Vegas, that's actually put on by the
with raisins.
CinemaCon.
CinemaCon is actually put on by the Theater Owners of America. And they got some very interesting. They got the Theater Owners of America.
Oh, I thought you said the Fiat Owners of America.
No. Like, so at CinemaCon 2021, Tom Holland actually he didn't make an appearance, but his movie did. Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg's upcoming film adaptation of the hit video game Uncharted, directed by Venom director Ruben Fleischer, had footage played at CinemaCon. And what, according to them, the actual footage that was previewed, a lot of people said they really enjoyed it. That was very interesting. And also, Tom Holland said he said, quote, I think what Uncharted offers that most video game films don't is that it's an origin story to the games. So if you played the games, you haven't seen what's going to happen in the film. And if you haven't played the games, you're going to enjoy the film because it's information that everyone else is getting at the same time. But I am super excited to make the movie, and it's been a long time coming. He said, I read the newest draft of the script on the way over here, and it's one of the best scripts I've ever read. It really, really jumps off the page.
Tom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can tell Tom's not a
your
gamer.
words are correct. If you don't think that books exist.
That's correct. Of course, as you know, that Mark Wahlberg is playing Sully, and Tom Holland
I can't wait for him to find footballs on the treasure hunts.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Tom Holland is playing Nathan Drake, and as you know, this movie has
Spider-Man, right?
This movie has been in production so long. This Uncharted movie has been in production so long that at one point Mark Wahlberg was going to be Nathan Drake. That's how long that Uncharted has been in development at Sony.
Yeah.
So
back when Mark Wahlberg still looked old.
Apparently so. So Mark Wahlberg was one of the guys who was going to play him.
It was going to be an older Nathan Drake.
Yes.
And then he aged out of the role and somehow became Sully.
And now Tom Holland is Nathan Drake. I don't know how that happened, but
he looks good in khakis.
He does. Yeah. I still say that if this was made about 15 years ago, I still think Nathan Fillion would have been the best person to be a Nathan Drake. And I stick by my
15 years ago for sure.
Absolutely, 100%. And that's how long this damn movie's been in development. Also at CinemaCon,
they could have had Stephen Lang as Sully.
Heck yeah. Also at CinemaCon, Warner Brothers announced that the title of The Matrix 4 is The Matrix. Get this, people. Resurrections.
Of course it is. Oh my God.
They also premiered the first trailer during their presentation at the CinemaCon. And according to Geek Tyrant, they were there to witness that awesomeness, and they said it was incredible. Get this, I'm going to read straight from Geek Tyrant. These guys said the trailer opens up with Neil Patrick Harris talking to Keanu Reeves in a therapy session in a future version of San Francisco. It seems that Neo is trapped back in the fake world, much like he was before he entered the Matrix, but is feeling that something is off. He's not quite comfortable with where he's at. Reeves asks, am I crazy? To which Harris responds, we don't use that word here. We then cut to a scene where Neo comes in contact with Carrie-Anne Moss's Trinity in a cafe, and she asks, have we met? There's obviously something going on here where they are slowly realizing they are trapped in the Matrix, a world where they don't belong. There's a shot of blue pills spilling in a sink, and at the same time, Jefferson Airplane's White Rabbit song is playing in the background. At one point, there's a shot of Neo looking at himself in a mirror, and his reflection begins to distort and turn into an old man. There's a part where Neo is looking into the sky, watching a flock of birds flying around as he tries to analyze it. We then see him in an elevator with a group of people on their phones, and he's looking at the reflection of everyone looking at their screens. Things take a hard turn here, and a younger Morpheus, played by Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, the man who played the villain in Aquaman. He was a villain in Aquaman. He shows up telling Neo that it's time to fly, and then hands him a red pill. Neo also meets a person with blue hair who has a tattoo of a rabbit, and they end up walking through a mirror. All right. And this is it. Finally, it says he ends up in a dojo, which is on a lake with Abdul-Mateen's young Morpheus character. And he says, the only thing that matters to you is still here. You'll never give up. Then they start to spar. And at one point, Neo hits this Morpheus character super hard in the chest, sending him flying out of the room. So apparently there's a lot of great, pretty wicked action shots that
I'm waiting for the notes that the techno started ripping through the
yeah. The final shot in the trailer says the final shot is a shot of Neo in an office with a man in a business suit who's played by Jonathan Groff. He says, "You're going back to where it all started, back to the Matrix,
to the 80s."
The film will also star newcomers Christina Ricci, Priyanka Chopra Jonas, Jessica Henwick, and Toby Onwumire, I believe his name is. The Matrix Resurrection was directed by Lana Wachowski, and
you just said.
And get this, it's set to drop into theaters this December 22nd.
What?
Yep. Pretty incredible.
We're getting this during the COVID Christmas?
Yeah, COVID Christmas, and we're getting The Matrix. I wonder if it's coming to HBO Max.
It probably is.
All right, sweet. I'm so excited. HBO Max, baby. I'm so stoked. But yeah, CinemaCon also got that. And that was super exciting. And last but certainly not least, this is the big news from CinemaCon. Sony Pictures decided not only to preview this film, not to just show a trailer of this film, they also previewed the film at CinemaCon. Ghostbusters Afterlife was screened at CinemaCon for I guess selected viewers that were in attendance.
Good for them.
So according to according to Scott Menzel, he was one of the attendees at CinemaCon. He said Ghostbusters Afterlife is the Ghostbusters sequel that I've been waiting all my life to see. It is nostalgia done right, a perfect blend of classic Ghostbusters moments with a fresh and unique twist for a whole new generation to enjoy. He said, "quote I got goosebumps." He's a film critic.
Jokes?
Thank God there wasn't. He said
that we weren't there.
Also, another entertainment correspondent, Jason Guasario, wrote on Twitter, Ghostbusters Afterlife. He said, "Wow, was not expecting how heartfelt it is. It has a very childlike Spielberg vibe to it, and Jason Reitman is extremely loyal to the original." And finally, the co-creator of Honest Trailers, everybody knows who Honest Trailers is, right? The guys who do Honest Trailers, Andy Signor, he said, I quote, "I just saw Ghostbusters Afterlife and I am still in shock. I'm on cloud 9. Wow, I loved it. I need a day to process and can't get the smile off my face. I'll tape a proper reaction tomorrow." So Afterlife was screened and apparently to rave reviews. And they say that one more that I wanted to talk about was Cinema Blend. Cinema Blend has another entertainment correspondent by the name of Sean O'Connell. He was there as well, and he got a chance to see it. And he said he saw Ghostbusters Afterlife CinemaCon, and it's good. He said, "A solid continuation of the original two films, nostalgia for the original, and a strong turn by McKenna Grace as Egon's granddaughter. Paul Rudd gets the best lines, and fans will dig it." And of course, as you know, Ghostbusters Afterlife hits theaters on November 11th. I am so excited about Ghostbusters Afterlife. I mean, I am more excited about
COVID Thanksgiving.
Yeah, COVID Thanksgiving. I'm so excited about Ghostbusters Afterlife. Ghostbusters, a lot of people are very precious about Star Wars, Star Trek. I'm precious about Star Trek. I'm kind of precious about Star Wars, but nowhere near the love of Ghostbusters for me. Ghostbusters for me is, that movie I have tremendous love for. Ghostbusters, both Ghostbusters 1 and 2. Love those films to death. I love them to this day. I watch them consistently. So I am very excited to see Ghostbusters Afterlife. And man, I am so jealous that they got to see it already. Oh man, I gotta wait another 3 months for this freaking movie. I hope I make it to November with all this COVID stuff. I hope I make it. I'm very I don't know.
You never leave the house.
It's true. It's a good point. It's a good point. Well, maybe that's a good thing. Well,
so as long as you don't get any visitors, you should be fine.
Good,
or not call people to come and pick you up to just go run by certain things for their systems.
All right, sweet. That'd be good too. I may have to do that. Moving on to the small screen. In some very interesting news, Brandon Routh, the man, of course, responsible.
Whoa, say that again.
Brandon Routh. He, of course, was Superman in Superman Returns. He was also in Scott Pilgrim versus the World, and he of course, is also in Legends of Tomorrow on the CW as well. But get this, Brandon Routh is the first actor to be cast in the Magic the Gathering animated series being produced for Netflix.
Oh, God.
He will be taking on the lead role in the series. The announcement was made during Wizards of the Coast Magic Showcase 2021 stream. They also revealed that Routh will voice the character Gideon Jura, and the show will expand.
Gideon's the lead? Wow.
And the show will expand on the stories of the Planeswalkers, which are the game's magic-wielding heroes and villains. It was also announced.
It wasn't always like that.
Yeah. It was also announced that a prequel novel will be written by Django Wexler, and it will be released in conjunction with
Django Wexler? Those are two different names of bounty hunters in the Star Wars universe.
It's pretty awesome. It will be released in conjunction with the series, which is set to debut in 2022. The story for the novel follows Planeswalkers Gideon Jura and Jace Beleren adventuring together as they right wrongs across the multiverse, but with very different insights into what they witness. It is safe to say that the partnership is under quite a bit of strain. As for the animated series, there are no story details to share, but they have learned that the Russo brothers are no longer working on it, which is kind of a bummer. And it looks like the project is now being developed by Jeff Klein, the man who is responsible for Transformers Prime. And so Klein previously said in a statement, every single person working on the series understands how beloved this universe is and feels both the exhilaration and tremendous pressure that comes with translating magic across mediums.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Everyone understands how precious it is, except for Wizards of the Coast.
It's true. So we'll see if this team can pull off something that the fans will love.
Which studio is doing this?
What's that?
Which studio is doing this?
It's not a studio that's doing it. Netflix is doing it. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I mean, who's animating this stuff?
I just told you the project is being developed by Jeff Klein, the man who's responsible for Transformers Prime. So that they never said that there's no house available. It's being produced in house by him. They haven't given if there's going to be another animated house to do it. So
boy, it's gonna be rough.
Yeah, so we'll see. Anyway, that's very, very exciting for those of you that like Magic the Gathering. Surprised that it's going to be a animated series.
Is it though? Is it exciting?
Maybe not. Maybe you're right. It's a good
Phormat does not sound excited.
Dude, the Gatewatch are the most boring planeswalkers out there. I don't know why we keep going back to them.
Is that when it was on the most popular?
No. Okay, so you know when the Avengers became popular? That's when the Gatewatch became popular.
Okay.
Wizards of the Coast tried to create their own Planeswalkers Avengers.
Oh,
and that's who they are. But they are like the most boring out of all the Planeswalkers out there.
Wow.
They're the goody goods that just
annoy everyone.
I mean, they're good for what they do, but it's like there are so many other Planeswalkers out there, like pre-mending and post-mending, that were like way more in detail than Gideon and Jace. Oh my god. The two most vanilla.
You'll be excited to know.
Walkers out of all of them.
You'll be excited to know I have more Wizards of the Coast Magic the Gathering news. Following the footsteps of their previous crossovers with such properties as Godzilla and The Walking Dead, Wizards of the Coast has officially unveiled card artwork for Magic the Gathering's upcoming team-ups with Lord of the Rings, Warhammer 40K, Fortnite, and Street Fighter.
Boo! Boo!
This also happened at the Magic the Gathering Showcase 2021. The teaser artwork for these upcoming sets were first revealed during Wizards of the Coast recent Magic the Gathering Showcase, wherein the company debuted a torrent of upcoming new releases for the popular trading card game, eventually turning the subject of universes beyond the Magic the Gathering sub-brand, which aims to bring the Magic game system to other universes. Wizards of the Coast first unveiled 2 pieces of art illustrated by a couple of very well-known artists, which I will not pronounce, respectively, for their previously announced Warhammer 40K crossover set. There are new art, new cards, and powerful reprints, all set in the world of Warhammer. Also, it looks like the next that they showed was the Lord of the Rings Tale of Middle-earth Magic set would officially release in 2023, and we'll get Gandalf, Gollum, Frodo, and Aragorn. It's coming to tabletop, Magic Online, and MTG Arena, plus 4 commander decks and special secret layer drops. And this set will be available everywhere you play.
Woo.
Okay.
Oh boy.
And here's the one everybody's been waiting for. Adding to their slate of crossovers, Wizards of the Coast further unveiled 2 new universes beyond crossovers. One with Epic's popular battle royale shooter Fortnite, which will feature 2 special secret layer drops consisting of reprints like you've never seen them before. And the other with Capcom's classic fighting game series Street Fighter, which will see Chun-Li's respective card aptly granted the multi-kicker mechanic. So super excited. Okay. Listen, I don't want to spend too much time on Magic, but I don't understand how those cards work in this universe. Am I losing it? Do I understand?
They just do. Okay, so they tested the waters with the
Hans Weird 808 is like, nope.
they tested the waters with the D&D crossover, and that works because of the way D&D works.
Right. That's what. That would make sense.
But Fortnite, come on, man. What?
Lono in the chat says, so they got practice with D&D set to make a Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right.
And this is why I got out of playing Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, this is why.
Yeah, this is why. I'm surprised. I'm surprised the longevity of this brand. I'm shocked at how Magic the Gathering has sustained its viability in this market, considering it is such because it's still physical and not necessarily digital. And I mean
they're trying to move away from it.
Exactly. That's what I mean. And they don't want to do that anymore. So it's very interesting to hear.
The reason why the game has lasted so long is because at the base of it all, it's a solid game. It really is. A lot of people say it's chess on cards. It makes you think. It's one of the best ways to learn math.
Yeah, I've always considered it a math game. Yeah.
It's a solid game through and through, which is why it's so baffling that they feel they need to, do these weird crossovers. I don't know.
It's interesting to me considering how late in the game something like Fortnite feels. And I mean that, and I don't mean that as a slight to Fortnite, but I mean as in if
the Fortnite crossover came out sooner, it would feel more fresh. But
correct.
It feels like they're jumping on the Fortnite thing at the end of Fortnite's life cycle.
Right, and that's the thing is that's so weird to me. You can't say that about Lord of the Rings. That's classic. You can't say that about Street Fighter. That's classic. That transcends time.
It still shouldn't work.
Format Street Fighter is evergreen. Okay, so just so you know that. Okay, I just
you can go stuff that evergreen right up your.
Anyway, Fortnite doesn't feel for them to jump on Fortnite does not feel fresh. I agree with you on that. That's definitely the case here. So, it does feel like Fortnite.
Fortnite is doing its damnedest to stay afloat. They just had a very record-breaking event with Ariana Grande.
Yep. The next one is J Balvin, I guess. That's the next one.
I have no idea who that is.
I have no idea who that is either, but J Balvin.
All right.
Woo. All right.
Way to go, J Baldwin.
J Balvin.
Is he one of the Baldwin brothers?
No, apparently he's a Latino or Latinx. I don't know what's a culturally appropriate anymore. But whatever it is, he's a singer.
Oh,
so or a rapper or I don't know what he's an artist.
I'll give them credit. Like the artists that do agree to do these Fortnite deals, like they get paid.
Yeah,
yeah. That's
like,
because
they get a lot of bank.
That's because
I just have no idea who this dude is.
Yeah. So
it is a dude, right? It's not
J Balvin.
Yeah.
I haven't checked his Twitter profile. I don't know if he's rocking the he/him, but I'm guessing it is. I believe he's a dude.
I mean, I just didn't want to refer to them as the incorrect whatever.
Correct.
But yeah, again, I don't know who they are. So
well, maybe
this really seems I don't know. Maybe I'm just out. I've aged out of the bracket.
Maybe you have. And I will, you know what's funny? And this is the weird part. And I think Fortnite is more fun now than it was when it was popular.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So
Fortnite now is so much more like entertaining.
Yes.
Now that like all the 13-year-olds have moved on to Minecraft.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's so funny that Minecraft is such a mainstay in media. It's incredible. Or what do they call them? They call them Minecraft stands now. It's like it's like a whole community of.
I don't know. Apparently, Minecraft is evergreen. So
it is. It's evergreen. It is. And you build with a lot of evergreen in that game too. Minecraft is still dominating. Microsoft banking off of that damn game. So this is incredible. But ultimately,
Notch feels bad about selling it.
I'll be honest with you. For this, I think it was, what was it? He
because it was record breaking when he sold it.
When he sold it, wasn't it for it was for 1.3 bill, I think.
Yeah, that's how much he sold it for.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1.3 billion.
And the fact that Microsoft is still banking off of it, all these years later, do you think Notch was huh?
I'll be honest with you.
Maybe
I'll be honest with you.
To that.
I would take the 1.3 bill and run, because now that's Microsoft's problem, not mine anymore. And I'll just retire at home and I'll
turn all that into crypto.
I'll swim and I'll swim in my my pool of $100 bills. That's how I'd roll. So
okay, Scrooge McDuck.
I'd buy a house, I'd buy a car, I'd make sure that my bills are paid, I invest half of that, and then I call it a life. So that's that.
Call it a life?
I'd call it a life.
So you're dead now.
Yeah, well, no, not yet. I'm just I would be going out and I mean, if it wasn't for the COVIDs and if I were Notch, I'd be going out, having fun with the ladies, that kind of thing.
Oh, prostitutes. Got it.
Yeah. That's not what I said.
That's a lot, man. For 1.3 billion, dude.
100,000 here, 100,000 there. Whatever.
Jesus.
Whatever.
You live in Wailuku now. It's nowhere near that.
Nowhere near that. 100 pennies here, 200 pennies there. Whatever. It's where I live. Man. Anyway, also in some very interesting turn of events, some other news that I wanted to get to really quick. There is a supposed rumor flying around Hollywood that claims that the Walt Disney Company will renew Kathleen Kennedy's contract as president of Lucasfilm. The rumor that is correct.
This woman never gonna leave.
This rumor comes from scooper Mikey Sutton at Geekosity. Sutton states, quote, sources indicate that there were never any discussions to fire Kathleen Kennedy despite rampant online speculation and rumors. Even Sutton even quoted one source who told him, it's not like Kathleen wrote or directed any of those films. In Disney's minds, they brought in billions to their bank accounts.
Fair enough.
Another source told Sutton,
I guess when you can bullseye swamp rats with your T16, I mean,
that's right.
Another source slowing you down.
Another source told Sutton, Kathleen Kennedy won't be Lucasfilm president at this point, only if she decides to retire. Disney strongly believes she will continue guiding Star Wars to greater heights. So,
good Lord, I'm out.
Yeah,
I'm out.
This source added,
Jesus Christ.
she will quote, she will have the power she's always had.
Yeah, the power to burn something down to the ground.
So suffice it to say,
I'm hoping for that Dexter Jetster series. Where he's just running the short order cooks. Oh, yes. Can't wait.
Can't wait. Yes, Ron, I will live my best life. If I get that 1.6 bill, I'm coming to California, Ron. All right.
Really? Do you want to go to that place?
No, just to visit Ron.
So Ron can draw him like his French girls.
Like his friend. Yeah, right.
In his basement / garage.
All I'll be wearing is a mask.
Ew.
Yeah.
Where?
See? Yeah, it's pretty sweet, isn't it?
No. That's horrifying.
Here's something that I never thought I would. I never thought I'd be reporting on. Marvel author Dan Slott, who may be best remembered from either his previous run on The Amazing Spider-Man, his current run on Fantastic Four, or his disastrous appearance on Disney Plus's Marvel 616, recently admitted to not only policing who a fan followed on Twitter, but also blocked them after discovering said fan followed a number of Comicsgate affiliated accounts. On August 20th, comic book YouTuber Joshua Quirk announced via his personal Twitter account that he had been blocked by Slott because I disagreed with him politely. Then he responded and blocked me before I could respond, further noting, "This is another reason comics nowadays are crazy. I like Dan. I just disagreed with him on one thing." So,
man, he got Slott blocked.
He got Slott blocked. Who doesn't like to be blocked by slots? In the screenshots provided by Quirk, the YouTuber can be seen responding to Slott's assertion that, quote, "we'd be in a worse place with more American deaths than if Donald Trump were still in office," by arguing that the border crisis, Afghanistan, gas prices, jobs, and inflation all would be taken care of way better, and some of it would have never happened if Trump was still in office. Politics seems to be a very hot topic. You know, I would say stick to comics and argue about comics, because obviously politics is it's a sword that for some reason in 2020 and 2021 cuts like a knife for people now. So I would say stick to the and I'm talking to Dan Slott. I'm not even talking to Josh, because Josh was responding to Dan Slott's tweets. So Dan, just stick to comics, dude. I mean, as crazy and I know you want to, mix it up a bit, but just stick to the comics. It would probably do you a lot better, and it would probably save your sanity. Number one, from if you're gonna put stuff out like that and don't respect the response, and then you're gonna block people for having an opinion, then why even be on Twitter?
Hey, I know a perfect way to get off of it. Just don't use Twitter.
Yeah.
People, Twitter is not the real world. Get off of it. It's a cesspool.
Twitter is a cesspool. I agree. I agree. 4chan. No, 8chan. What are you talking about, Phormat? 4chan is for babies.
69chan. Seriously, though, get off of Twitter.
Yeah, Kai, I actually agree with you. I think we should, if you expect to put out your political views on Twitter and then not expect somebody to respond in kind and maybe politely disagree with you, and then you block them, what's the point? You're just entering your own echo chamber. It doesn't make any sense to me. So
that's what
anyway,
people like.
I guess
that's why they spend all their days on it.
Bronzebeard 808 LOL as you check your Facebook. Hey, first of all, when's the last time you seen me? When's the last time you see me put up anything, Bronzebeard?
No, you don't put up anything at all.
That's correct. Joel says Twitter is garbage, and that's why he is not on it. I agree with him 100%. So Dan, stick to comics, man. You're good at that. Stop it. Knock it off.
Your life will be so much happier if you're off of
You'll
Twitter.
be so much happier. You'll be more sane. Don't don't engage. Stop engaging and stop putting up ridiculous tweets. It's so stupid. Anyway, last but not least, before we get into releases for the week, one of my favorite comedy troupes of all time, one of the members of that comedy troupe, the legendary Monty Python and the Flying Circus. Comedian John Cleese. By the way, I don't know if you guys knew this, but John Cleese's real last name before his father changed it was Cheese.
Mm-hmm.
His father changed it when he was a youth. I guess when he was coming to England, or he was signing up for the war. He changed it from John Cheese to John Cleese, and Cleese is not even a proper English name. So it's very interesting. Interestingly enough, all of John Cleese's American friends call him Jack. So he's always thought about changing his name back to his original name, which is Cheese, and he would be Jack Cheese, which I think is a great name, which he thinks is a great name for a comedian. And I think he's absolutely right. But a Monty Python comedian, John Cleese, announced on Monday that he's currently working on a documentary for Channel 4 in the UK, which focuses on cancel culture and the effects that this woke trend has on comedy. As per the Guardian's report, in the documentary titled Cancel Me, the comedian is expected to meet with a wide variety of his colleagues from the entertainment industry who claim to have been, quote unquote, canceled for their actions or statements, as well as activists who have led opposition to various public figures. In an official statement, Cleese stated, "I'm delighted to have a chance to find out on camera about all the aspects of so-called political correctness." He says, quote, "There's so much I really don't understand, like how the impeccable idea of let's all be kind to people has been developed in some cases ad absurdum," he continued. "I want to bring the various reasonings right out in the open so that people can be clearer in their minds what they agree with, what they don't agree with, and what they still can't make their mind up about." Cleese is no stranger to the phenomenon that is cancel culture. In, of course, June 2020, for example, the comedian was critical of the BBC after the British broadcaster took down an episode of Fawlty Towers, a show that Cleese co-created and starred in back in the mid to late 70s, because it contained quote unquote racial slurs. At the time, the actor-comedian took his frustration to social media, writing, "I would have hoped that someone at the BBC would understand that there are two ways of making fun of human behavior. One is to attack it directly," Cleese asserted. "The other is to have someone who is patently a figure of fun speak up on behalf of that behavior," which is very true, because it makes the comedy makes the guy look ignorant. That's the whole point. Anyway, we can expect to see that documentary hopefully sooner rather than later. And if you've never seen Fawlty Towers, you should. It's a very funny show. And good for John Cleese producing this. In this kind of culture today, it's very bold of him to kind of come out with a doc that deals with this kind of stuff. And hopefully he gets to the bottom of it, which he won't, but it'll still be fun to watch. And I'll give you more information as it comes along. It looks like it'll be a lot of fun to take a look at. And I love John Cleese, and I love Monty Python. I love Jack Cheese. I love Monty Python. I love Monty Python's Flying Circus. I love Monty Python and the Holy Grail, The Life of Brian, Meaning of Life. Python. Oh, it's a lot of Python. I love the Pythons. And I love, by the way, if you've never watched it before, on Netflix is their documentary. It's a 6-part documentary. It's about 50 minutes apiece. It tells you the history of the troupe, where they came from, how it came to be. It's called Almost the Truth, The Lawyer's Cut, and it is fantastic. Even if you're not a fan of Monty Python, I highly recommend that documentary. I've watched it like 4 times. It is tremendous. So check it out for sure. Anyway, other than that, we are in the home stretch because I'm going to get to some releases, hard media releases for the week. And when I say home stretch as well, I also mean we're in the home stretch of August, and that means in September it's going to almost be the fall season for video games. So we're going to see a lot more previews and trailers for video games that should be coming up very, very soon in the near future. As a matter of fact, getting to games really quick, Call of Duty this past week premiered their new video game, Call of Duty Vanguard. It was connected to their, of course, Call of Duty Warzone, their big battle royale. If you've never had the opportunity to check out the trailer does look pretty tremendous. And it suckered me in. It's World War II from a different perspective. It's going to be there's going to be both the Pacific and the European theater in the game, which looks very interesting. And I hope I didn't get suckered in, and I hope it does well, and I hope it's a good game. That's the only reason.
I don't blame you. I saw it too, and it's like, damn it, I kind of want to play it now too.
Yeah,
I don't know anything about it because I refuse to touch anything that has Activision Blizzard on it.
How dare you? You told me I should be playing these games, Phormat. You bastard.
No, I'm just playing. Yeah. That's it looks
Activision,
good.
maybe.
The
Blizzard
looks pretty good.
Yeah, the trailer does look pretty good. Oh, but I forgot to tell you guys, I got the chance to play the beta for Diablo 2.
Oh,
yeah.
How was it?
I did that too.
Did you? And what did you think?
14 years ago.
Oh, well, I got to play the beta for Diablo 2 Resurrected, and I got to tell you something. All they pretty much so far, at least from what I got to play in the beta, the only thing they changed were the graphics, and they didn't even change them that much. So it's
oh my god,
it's very
Liz. Come on.
Yeah, it is.
This is not how you rebuild the company.
You would assume that what they would do is that take the best bits of Diablo 3 and that tech and put it into 2 and kind of give us. But they really went back, and what they did was they updated the graphics. They kept everything else the way it was, even the stiff movement of the characters. Yeah, it's I was actually kind of bummed out about that. I was like, I thought they were going to do something big and bold, but
no,
apparently not. And now I'm a little depressed because I ended up pre-order that.
Yeah,
I ended up pre-ordering that. Now I'm a little pissed, but
they got you.
They did. I mean, I love Diablo 2. I have good memories of playing Diablo 2 on PC, so I got super excited.
Boys. Woo!
Yeah, I got super excited. Another sucker. Hey, who knows? Maybe they'll add a Diablo token to this one.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys got phones, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't you have phones?
Yeah, we got phones. It's I don't know what to think anymore of those guys. It's driving me up the wall. Anyway, other than that, of course, there hasn't been any other huge game releases or release dates announced at all. Vanguard was the biggest one so far. We're going to be seeing a lot more of those. So we're going to talk a lot more about those probably in September and see what to expect.
Expect during the month of September for Alika, Gannon, Todd, and everybody else to not log in like they have not been for the last couple weeks.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah, I'm sure
it's going to be heavy game news.
Heavy game
news. They're going to be like
a lot of games are getting also getting the old the refresh for the new consoles as well. I've been noticing. So there's going to be they just released a refresh for Shadow of the Tomb Raider for both the Xbox Series S, X, and S, and of course the PS5. And so we're going to see a lot more of those updated graphics and things for some of these older games too. So that should be that's starting to become standard.
Friend of the show, Aron Nakahara, he actually posted on his Facebook the newest trailer for Black Myth Wukong.
Oh, Black Myth Wukong.
That thing looks so amazing.
I can't play it here because it's 15 minutes. But you're right. I wish I had. You guys, if you have to look it up, I can't
imagine the rig that's going to be needed to play that thing.
Right.
I mean, Unreal Engine 5 looks freaking amazing.
It looks amazing. Black
stuff
Myth
that it's pushing out is so gorgeous.
If you spend 15 minutes of your time, Black Myth Wukong, that's WUKONG, look it up. There's 2 different ones. There's one from several months ago and one from just a couple of days ago. This game looks spectacular. It looks so good that I can't wait to get my hands on it. It almost has that feeling of an open. It almost feels like it's a Chinese oriented Witcher
kind of
folklore.
Yeah.
Very much has that flavor.
It seems to be more heavy on the combat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It more feels like God of War.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'd say probably like a
God of War.
Oriental God of War.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, listen. Here's the problem with Wukong, though. Just like The Witcher, not enough ethnic diversity. So
I thought you were gonna say not enough boobs.
Well, that too.
Well, we don't know. This is just test footage.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. I tell you what,
it could be a monster with nothing but boobs.
If this is
all boobs,
if this is just test footage, and if they're gonna swerve us somehow with something that doesn't look as good as this, I'm gonna be upset.
I mean, this is China we're talking about.
It is. That's true. It's also China. So let's be fair. I mean, they could swerve us, and this game could never come out, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
So.
But I mean,
anyway,
what could have been? All right.
What could have been? Goodness.
There's a lot of those.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure it looks amazing. The fact that it's getting real play in the States and people are looking at it, there must be some buzz building. So, I mean, for sure, I'm very excited about it. Black Myth Wukong, if you like that kind of thing. Now, by the way, I wanted to mention this. I watched my first couple episodes of Venture Brothers because I've never watched that show before.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, welcome to the other side.
You know what? I'm glad I'm here because it's freaking hilarious.
Yeah, it is.
It's freaking hilarious. I don't understand why I didn't watch it before. I love the fact that it's TV-14. It's not mature. It actually has to be more clever, which is great. Mm-hmm. That's my favorite thing. I love it. Venture Brothers. I will say that watching the first couple of seasons is going to be rough for me because it was made when standard def was the norm. So it's all standard definition. So I'm trying to get through that. But I tell you what, man, it's actually really good. Patrick Warburton is hilarious. So if you've never seen Venture Brothers before, it's actually really good. So I just I'm looking forward to watching the rest of that.
Look at you broadening your horizons.
Yeah, I know.
Who would have thought it would have taken a pandemic?
That's right. Hey, listen, the next thing on my list is manga. So we'll see.
Let me know. I got a good list for you.
What?
Okay.
Huh.
Sweet.
I'll let you borrow like a bunch of books.
All right, sweet.
Oh, speaking of which, are we going to talk about What If before we head on out tonight?
Good. You know what? I was just going to say that was one thing that I did forget. What If, of course.
Marvel stuff. We still got to talk about the Eternals trailer.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
And the Cowboy Bebop first look.
Well, we only got pictures of Cowboy Bebop. You can look at that on the NERDWatch, facebook.com/NERDWatch, and check that out. The John Cho is the lead in that show. He looks pretty damn good. I'm not gonna lie.
He does look like Spike.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. You're right, Phormat. Before we get to the new releases of the week, you're right. We did not talk about the Eternals. I'm not going to preview it here once again because for some reason I get these hits on my Facebook page for them. So I'm not going to for the NERDWatch, and so I'm not going to do that. It's harder to play. I don't know why. We're commenting over it. I don't know why people get so freaking. I don't know why the copyrights come up so much. It's so stupid. Anyway, the Eternals. If you have not had a chance to see the trailer, check it out. It's tremendous. I have to say that I am very.
So the scene opens up with no, never mind.
Okay, I'll be Salma Hayek. You be Kit Harington.
You don't have the legs.
I don't have the leg. Damn it.
Yeah. Or the hair.
It's true. It's a good point. I will say this, that this was the trailer that we should have got in the first place.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
This should have been the first trailer.
This should have been the first trailer. The new Eternals trailer makes it more interesting. It makes me want to see it, and it almost feels like, and correct me if I'm wrong, it almost feels like Shang-Chi is getting buried a little bit. Is that just me? Like, I mean, we got What If, we got Spider-Man, we got the Eternals, and Shang-Chi is right around the corner, and it doesn't seem to be. I mean, I haven't seen any trailers for it. I haven't seen advertisements on the internet nor television.
You're not wrong.
I've seen a few here and there. It's there if you look for it.
Oh,
but it's not pushed in front of you like
yeah.
Stuff is.
I don't know why that is, and so I'm a little worried about Shang-Chi.
Consider this, because of what we've seen in the trailer. Mm-hmm. When Wong leaves Doctor Strange and Peter, and he goes through the portal.
Yes,
he's going to go fight Abomination.
Oh,
Shang-Chi. No, I don't know. I don't know if that's exactly what's happening.
Ron Guy, it's just an experiment. You're right. You're right, Ron. It's just Shang-Chi is just an experiment. Right.
Oh God, that was a weird one.
What's interesting to me is, though, getting back to the Eternals, is that this trailer was incredible. First of all, I don't think I'm going to shock anybody by saying that what you saw in the trailer was not, I repeat, not Galactus. Okay, so that is
what?
Yeah.
That big glowy thing that could have been a scary cloud.
Yeah. You mean that thing? Yeah, no, that was not Galactus. So
no,
I will
Harrison the Drudge.
And I gotta say that there's very much some character to these. Yeah, a celestical. Mm-hmm. That's that studio is the same studio that made some of the best the best Shaw Brothers martial arts movies, the Celesticals. Celestical Pictures, they're great. Yeah. By the way, Sam Liu, the Shaw Brothers, anything from Celestial Pictures, tremendous. You should watch it. The 5 Deadly Venoms, Anyway,
you might want to give him some slack. Jackie Chan's stunt team did help with the movie.
It's true.
Jesus, man.
Samu Liu.
He's not.
He's not well versed. He's young.
What's his name? The Iron Fist guy. Mm-hmm. The guy who's supposed to know martial arts.
Yeah,
but is not good at martial arts.
Yeah,
Ron wants to know left or right Celestical. I've always favored my right. I like my right Celestical much better. Sammo Hung, Donnie Yen, Jet Li, Bruce Lee. Shall I? Let me count the ways. Brandon Lee. Trevi Lee. No, I'm just kidding. But
I mean, you can jump from the Chinese too. I mean, you got Ernie Reyes,
Filipinos.
You got the Ong Bak kid.
Yeah. You got Tony Jaa.
Yeah, him.
You got Tony Jaa, the guy who was the star of The Raid. Gosh, what is his name again? He's from Thailand, isn't he?
It's a bunch of consonants.
Or no, not from Thailand. He's from. Is it from Malaysia? Anyway, I can't remember. But yes, there are a ton of aspirational Asian characters in cinema. So just remember that, brah. Samu Liu. Anyway, I will say this: that getting back to the Eternals looks like it looks like a very good film that I'm looking forward to watching.
It looks like a very Marvel film.
Very, very much so. Speaking of Asians, the director, Zhao, was her name Celeste? Chloe? I can't remember her first name. But she just
You're stuck on Celesticals, right?
Celesticals, it could be.
Celestical Zhao.
She is Celestical Zhao. She has just come off of an Oscar win for Nomad. So that movie with Nomad, is it Nomad or Nomadland? Nomadland.
Nomadland, yeah.
The Nomadland. So
that
she just
sounds more familiar.
Yeah, that sounds more familiar. And yeah, so she won an Oscar for that, and she's working on this. It's Chloe Zhao. I was correct.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
it was
what I
Chloe
said.
Zhao. Yeah, so she is she's responsible for this film. This film looks much better. It's supposedly the 26th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And of course, if you have not seen the trailer yet, it stars Richard Madden, Salma Hayek, Angelina Jolie, and Kit Harington, to name but a few. So if you have not seen it, check it out. It almost looks like another take on a team such as the Avengers. So it has that feel now to it, at least in the trailer. So yeah, I'm kind of excited.
You gotta
for
get
it.
the boys back together.
Yeah,
we gotta go stop a thing.
I wonder who's gonna be in this one now. I wonder who else is gonna show up.
Mephisto.
Mephisto. You and Mephisto. But yeah, check it out.
One
Eternals.
of these days, I'm gonna get it right.
He's just gonna keep throwing it out there.
If you're gonna keep,
count those days, man.
You keep throwing it out there.
Holy crap, he got one.
And one day, it will come true. Anyway,
we got these covered.
So check out the Eternals. It's very, very cool. Anyway, moving on. Since we talked about
when can we expect to see it? How can I check it out if it's not available as of yet?
The release date, if I'm checking it, if I'm looking at this correct, the release date I believe is November 5th. So
right after COVID Halloween.
Right after COVID Halloween and right before COVID Thanksgiving. So this is going to be the week following Ghostbusters. So
sweet.
Yeah, so it's pretty exciting. Yeah, I think that this is going to be a very, very cool flick. And so just so you know some of the characters in it, Richard Madden is playing Icarus, Salma Hayek is playing Ajax, Angelina Jolie is playing Fenna, Kit Harington is Dane Whitman, Barry Keoghan is Druig,
Black Knight,
and Gemma Chan is Cersei, and
who plays Sprite?
Leah McHugh is Sprite. So yeah, and Brian Tyree Henry is Fastos. And Lauren Ridloff is Makari, and Kumail Nanjiani as Kingo.
I'm curious. I'm curious specifically about the character of Sprite, because Sprite in the comics is essentially the Eternals version of Loki. So I'm curious how they're going to play the character.
Funny, she doesn't look like Loki.
We already have a Loki, so
yeah.
So apparently, Leah is a young lady. I'm not too sure. She looks like she's 12 or 13.
Yeah,
I think
that works for Sprite. Sprite's supposed to be young.
Yeah, very young. So she is. Hopefully, her turn as Sprite is very good, and yeah, I was trying to look for her birth date on IMDb, but it ain't.
I wonder if there's gonna be some backlash for that character as well, because in the comics, Sprite originally was male. And they're making her female for the movie.
All right. Well, now I'm angry about it. Can I be upset about it now that you told me?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You're upset?
Yeah, I'm upset about that. Why do they got to go changing male characters into female characters?
Tell me something about Sprite's origin. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, it was okay. So here's how it goes.
Go ahead, buddy.
All right. They were
Can't wait for this.
The Dr. Pepper Company was looking for a lemon lime drink. And
nice.
No, is that wrong?
No.
Okay.
But that was a great attempt.
First of all,
you look even more intelligent for making it.
All right, sweet. Well, listen, they should stop gender swapping. All right, it's a dude.
It's not though.
All right.
If Loki can bounce between genders, so can the Eternals.
It's a good point. All right, so I shouldn't be upset about this. Is that what you're saying?
Nah.
All right, sweet. All right. Well, listen, if I find out,
there's so many more things in the world that you could be
mad about.
All right. Well, listen, if this becomes outrage on the internet, just know, Phormat, I'll be back on the show.
Yeah, I'm sure you
raging
will.
about it.
Like always.
Right? I will be here putting you on mute.
If there's a backlash, that's it. Okay.
Yeah.
If there's a
okay.
All right.
All right.
Just so you know.
Calm down.
All right.
I'll be
watching. I'll be watching.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Yep. You and Sting.
I'll be in the rafters, baby. Oh, by the way, finally, before we move on, I have to say this. Before we move on to new releases.
CM Punk.
You already gave it away, Phormat. After 7 long years, the return of an icon has come to AEW. CM Punk made his appearance on Friday Night Rampage on AEW. If you have not seen it before, you should. In Chicago at the United Center. It was spectacular. I will say this. I am not. I am. I have never heard anything like what I heard at that AEW event. I could not. I had my headphones in. I could barely hear the announcers. I couldn't hear anything. I couldn't even hear the entrance music, which of course his entrance music is Living Color's Cult of Personality. Yeah. I will say this: even if you are not associated or affiliated with wrestling at all, look it up. It is incredible. It is something that I've never felt, heard, or seen in quite a long time. And I tell you what, man, there were grown men in the stands crying. It was incredible. And I got to tell you something. I will say this. I don't talk about wrestling much on the show because I know a lot of you don't like it or whatever. I'm not a huge fan of AEW. I don't like the way they work. I don't think what they do is wrestling. I think everything is, and this is all wrestling talk. It's all high spot, no stories. They don't build anything, and I don't think it's that great. But I think the fact that CM Punk showed up, I'm hoping that changes. I'm hoping that stories are told, angles are made, and that he gets these young lads into professional wrestling, which I'm super excited for. So without a doubt, I tried to order a CM Punk shirt. They're sold out. So not surprised. If even if you're not a wrestling fan, look it up on YouTube. It will blow your ever-loving mind. And that's not a joke. It is incredible. What happened on that night will never be forgotten. And it hasn't been around for quite some time. Not even Brock Lesnar and Becky Lynch showing up on SummerSlam the night after, even remotely comes close to the feeling that everybody got when they saw CM Punk on Friday night. That's how big it was. It was huge. So
I haven't followed any wrestling for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really give a rip about like the current wrestling, like what's going on.
Yeah.
But I may come back for Punk.
And
that's
what AEW is counting on, Phormat.
That's how landmark CM Punk is.
CM Punk's run in professional wrestling, and what he did for a lot of people, what he did at his time in Ring of Honor, which is one of my favorites, and what he did in WWE, and the storylines that were made are something that you will never forget and something that are incredible. He's the man who perfected the pipe bomb, as some of you may know what that means. Joel, interestingly enough, I did well up a little bit. Joel asked, "Did you cry, G?" I welled up. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't balls out cry for sure, but I certainly welled up after seeing him. It was something that I was not, that feeling was something I did not expect, and I think it had a lot less to do with CM Punk, and a lot more to do with the crowd that was there, and that feeling like resonated in my body. That's how good it was.
It's weird because seeing that pop versus like pops from the past, like when Rock returned, when when Daniel Bryan, the Yes chants and
Yes.
all of that, like seeing like those pops in the past.
Yeah.
There is nothing like what happened with Punk.
Nothing.
It was crazy.
Nothing. I haven't heard anything like that. The only thing that has even remotely come close was right before COVID, when after 9 years, Edge decided to come out for the Royal Rumble. And I think that comes close, but I don't think it eclipses CM Punk though. But that did come close right before COVID, January 20 something. I'll never forget that one too. That was unexpected as well. But anyway, getting back to the point, CM Punk back in professional wrestling. Apparently, according to Tony Khan, the man who runs AEW, said he's been talking to CM Punk for since 2018. It took a lot of convincing for Tony to get him back in the door, and I feel that he wanted to get to AEW because he feels a lot more free. Then some people don't like working in the WWE system, and I get that. That's understandable. Mm-hmm. So good for him. Good for him. He feels that WWE didn't protect him per se, and he felt like he was sick a lot. So, if he feels better in AEW, by all means. But I will say this, Punk, you have to correct some of the issues that are going on in AEW. The only reason I'm watching is like you, Phormat. The only reason I'm watching now is because of CM Punk for sure. So we'll see.
I mean, part of it is with the hope that he's bringing April with him.
Interestingly enough, he will be on tomorrow night. He will be on live for AEW Dynamite. So if you are interested, check it out as well. Anyway,
I probably won't be.
Oh, well, you should. All right. Anyway, getting right to it. Getting to some new releases.
We didn't talk about What If.
Yeah. Oh, dadgummit, man.
you get off on sidetracks. Hell, we didn't even talk about Dr. Disrespect.
All right. Well, we don't. Well, listen, Dr. Disrespect. We found out that he knew months ago why he got banned from Twitch, and he's going to sue Twitch. That's what he said. So, yeah. Anyway, let's get into it. That's essentially what happened with Dr. Disrespect. Apparently, he knew months ago, couldn't say anything, but now he's going to be suing Twitch for the reason why he got banned, and that's what he's going to talk about. Anyway, Phormat, I did not get to see it, but I know the contents of it. This was the episode where we saw Black Panther become Star-Lord, right?
Right.
How was it?
It was great. It was so good. It was very heist movie. And that's kind of my thing. So I dug it immensely. I think I like this more than the Peggy Carter episode. No, I'm not saying that the Peggy Carter episode was bad or anything, but it was very vanilla. You know what I mean? Because it was essentially Captain America, the First Avenger, but with roles swapped. Whereas this, it wasn't so much role swapped as, there was a role that was swapped. T'Challa essentially became Star-Lord, but it world built everything that followed because of it.
Even the name? How did he get the name?
I don't know. That was one of the things I didn't understand because Peter Quill, he said his mom used to call him Star-Lord.
Star-Lord,
right.
Yeah.
So, but in the episode, everybody knows him as Star-Lord.
Huh.
And I don't know if that's maybe I don't know. Star-Lord is like a title or something in space or something. It might be a common thing.
That could be it.
But I don't know. But it was great. T'Challa just being there, changed a lot of things for the better. He essentially turned the Ravagers into a Robin Hood group. So they went across the universe righting wrongs, and
oh wow,
it was pretty
crazy.
Great.
Well, what's interesting is that I'm looking forward to the What If when we see Black Panther as a white guy under that mask. And if you know anything about comic bookdom, you will know that Black Panther at one time was a white guy. So I can't wait for the backlash of that.
Mm-hmm.
Super excited for that.
Is this like the origin story for Sprite?
Yeah. I'm gonna be. Hey, at least they're race swapping and not gender swapping.
How's that better?
Jesus Christ. You have issues you need to work out.
No, but in the history of Black Panther, in his lore, there's other people have taken the mantle, and one of them happened to be a white guy. So yeah,
You're talking about White Wolf, aren't you?
maybe.
Oh God.
That was totally like
Bronzebeard 808 says how, why? no, dude, you can actually look it up. It's comic book lore that he's actually been a white guy before. So yeah, I can't wait. So you're looking.
I think one thing that should be known is that there are white people in Africa, dude.
Yeah.
What? Wait a minute. What? Wait a minute.
Did you not know that?
What?
I mean, South Africa has a large white population down there.
Yeah, I know. I'm just messing with you. Did they show a preview of what the next What If is going to be?
They did not, but I know what it is.
What is it, sir?
It's a whodunit.
Ooh.
Set during the time of the formation of the Avengers.
And what is the what if question?
What if while Nick Fury was trying to assemble his Avengers team, all of those Avengers started dropping dead?
Marvel Zombies?
No.
Nice. No, I'm just kidding.
They're just dead.
They're just dead. Nice.
They don't come back.
Oh, they don't come back. Hey, first of all, that's wrong because all Marvel heroes come back from the dead. Stop.
Really? Uncle Ben?
That's what Todd told me.
Oh, yeah. Todd, the Marvel historian.
Yeah, the Marvel historian that he is. Todd. That's what Todd told me. He knows all the Marvel stuff. That's my go-to guy for all Marvel news and Marvel lore.
He only knows the stuff that makes it advantageous for him to sound intelligent.
Okay. All right.
You know,
that's what it is.
Like how agnostics read the Bible.
like him. I got it. Anyway, what if you have not seen it before? I am clearly in the camp of everybody that is having an issue with this show because they are either race swapping or gender swapping or doing whatever it is. That's the whole point of the what if. That's what the comic book is based about.
The swapping itself.
No, but not the swapping. But what I'm saying is that if that's the equation that's kind of made, and it's like that's what the whole what if series is about. About what if this were to happen instead of this? What if that's right. The fun part of it. Everybody.
Well, I think that's one of the things that was cool about the T'Challa episode. And from what I've been led to believe, Chadwick Boseman actually did voice T'Challa for this episode as as 3 other.
Yeah. He's got. I thought it was 3 total, so he's got 2 more left.
Oh, I heard it was 4.
Oh, was it 4? Okay, cool. Yeah. So yeah, he's got 3 more left then. So sweet.
I think it was cool because the Peggy Carter episode was just like, this one thing, this tiny thing happened, and this is, the results of it.
Right.
But it's still essentially Captain America: The First Avenger, the movie.
Right.
In the T'Challa Star-Lord episode, like you get to see how much one little thing changed. Like it completely changed. Like there's no Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh wow.
T'Challa manages to talk Thanos out of his Infinity Gauntlet plan by giving him a good argument.
Yeah, that's the part I don't like.
No, that actually sounds. That would actually sound like something Thanos would agree to, as long as you gave him the reason, a good reason.
Right. And it makes sense that T'Challa would have
the reason,
those skills, because he was being brought up as a diplomat.
Correct. Correct.
So yeah, I think it's really well done, and it's hilarious.
Right.
And they brought a lot of people back for this. Like Benicio comes back as the collector. All the voices that are pretty much back. I can't remember. I remember someone. Oh, Bautista didn't come back for Drax.
Okay, well, that's because he's kind of done with the character after 3.
Well, according to Bautista, they never approached him, so they just went and did it, and then he saw it and was like, "Wow, why didn't he?" You know what I mean? Because it's just voiceover work. He wouldn't have to suit up for that.
No, first of all, with Bautista, they couldn't approach him because they couldn't see him.
Oh God, you and your lame jokes.
It's true.
But he was moving at the time.
Oh, was he moving at the time?
Yeah.
Okay. Because he's always very still. So it's hard, if he's...
Because Drax is in this episode. Thanos is in this episode. Nebula is in this episode. I thought it was odd that Gamora is not in this episode. But if you think about it, it makes sense why she wouldn't be.
Well, what is she doing? What else is she doing in the universe?
Oh, we don't know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, isn't she still Thanos' daughter?
No, he got talked out of his.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
he
got that.
So there's no reason for him to go.
That's right. That's right. Right. Interesting. Maybe.
But yeah, they go to pull a heist on the Collector, and the Collector's pretty badass.
Well, it's too bad Gamora's not in it. I mean, maybe she's whoring around the universe. Who knows? Anyway, listen.
Go read your Blu-rays.
Here's the thing I want you to do. I want you to come back to me, Phormat, when there's something I can be angry about on this show. All right?
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. Let me know.
I know. Howard the Duck is in this episode.
Is Howard still a male?
Not that we know of.
What?
He is a duck.
What? Are ducks sexless? Last time I checked, they weren't sexless.
Why are you checking ducks?
Okay, I've looked under the beak or the tail or whatever you call it.
Is that where you look?
For their sex organs? Maybe.
Oh God! Just please
if
stop.
Howard the Duck is not male,
stop for their sex organs.
Just read the Blu-ray
because
list.
if Howard the Duck is a they them as opposed to a he she, or a he him, I'm gonna be upset. If he is a they them, then I'm gonna be very angry about it. All right.
What if he's an it's that ice cream sandwich from San Francisco?
Well, I might let that go, but that still would anger me. All right. That would still upset me. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna keep watching. Ron wants to know, is a duck's butt watertight? It should be, or else there would be a lot of infections. You would assume.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Pond water is fairly dirty.
That's what I mean. So it's definitely got to be watertight, for sure. All right. So
and G makes it a point to walk to all of Mount Ponds and checks all the ducks. Right? Well done, G.
Yeah. I look under the hood.
Good job, man.
I look under the hood, baby. Look under the hood.
Stop. Please stop.
All right. Anyway,
read the damn Blu-rays.
Look at What If. All right, let's read the damn Blu-rays. Here we go. Let's get to it, shall we? Coming out today on Blu-ray, DVD, and 4K. Nothing to write home about per se, but one of the big things on Blu-ray today is the Oh God collection. And no, Gannon, it is not porn. It is starring George Burns. Oh God Book 2, and I believe Oh God, You Devil is on all three of these. If I'm not, is on this one. It's all three of the movies. Those movies were not good, and I don't know why anybody likes them. I thought they sucked, but some people like it. Also on Blu-ray today is a couple of classic horror films. One called The Cat of Nine Tails from 1971, which I like. That's from Arrow. And of course, another one called Two Evil Eyes from Blue Underground. It is a film by George Romero and Dario Argento. So it stars Harvey Keitel and Adrienne Barbeau. And if you're a horror fan, you should check it out. Yeah, Two Evil Eyes on 4K Blu-ray today.
Cheese.
Also on Blu-ray today is another horror film called A Return to Salem's Lot from 1987.
I know that movie.
Yeah, I like that movie. I like the original better. Just Salem's Lot is much better.
Oh, I don't.
No, not for you. Also on
not
Blu-ray,
enough gender changing.
Yeah. Also on Blu-ray today is a Japanese film called Blind Beast from 1969.
Oh, I know that one too.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Yeah, Blind Beast is a very cool little flick from 1969. Also on Blu-ray today, if you are a fan of James Corden, you might just like this. Peter Rabbit 2 is on 4K and 4K Blu-ray today. I was a fan of Peter Rabbit 1.
To people's allergies in this one?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope he is.
In the first one?
Yeah, like he was in the first one. I certainly hope so. I hope that's the case. Also on 4K Blu-ray today is a film that these two actors would want you to forget. This was the film. This was the film that came out 1 year after the movie that made John Travolta a star. That's the movie Moment by Moment, starring John Travolta and Lily Tomlin. And the reason why this is so interesting is because it's a film that has not been available for quite some time. Saturday Night Fever, of course, lots of accolades, lots of awards. Matter of fact, I believe John Travolta won an Academy Award for that. And this is the movie that came right after that and definitely put his star a little further down the totem pole, as it were, or his star was felt. Yeah, it's not, but it's nice to have it. It's nice to have it to watch now. So
what?
Yeah, it's nice to be able to see it now.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's not.
You said it wasn't good, but it's nice to have it to watch.
Yeah, yeah. I'm a guy that likes to watch bad movies, so I like when bad movies are put out because it's important for filmography's sake that those movies exist. So I like having it. Also on Blu-ray today, and the only reason why I bring this up is only because it seems like it's a heist flick that you might like, and it stars a very, very controversial actress and online figure. Bella Thorne in the movie Habit is on Blu-ray today as well.
Is this the sequel to Sister Act?
No. That's Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit. That's I think that's what you're thinking about.
Oh.
Also on Blu-ray today is the Naruto Set 4 is out on Blu-ray today. I'm not sure what that consists of, but I am not a Naruto fan. I repeat, I am not a Naruto fan. Also on Blu-ray today, there's a show from...
I like how nobody fought that. It's like, I am not a Naruto fan. I was like, yeah, okay, moving on. All right, go ahead.
Also on Blu-ray today is another anime called from Sentai Filmworks called My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu Climax Complete Collection on Blu-ray today.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, right? It sounds amazing.
It's kind of funny.
It sounds amazing. Of course, you'd know what it is.
How many more words could you fit in there? So many words.
Leave it to
Japan. Japan's having a problem with long title names. It's getting pretty bad right now.
Yeah, they need to knock that the frick off.
Oh no, also, they're gonna get longer.
Also on Blu-ray today, I'm not sure what is so special about this release, but Overboard, from 1987, starring Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell, is out on Blu-ray today.
It comes with that show. A vial of lake water from where the movie was filmed.
Okay, got it. Ew. Great film. One of my favorite romantic comedies is Overboard. Very,
it's
very
gaslighting
cute film.
At its finest.
Gaslighting at its finest. And of course, last but certainly not least, if you are interested in this film, now's your chance to own it. The Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It, is out on Blu-ray and 4K today. So get your hands on that as soon as you possibly can. I was not impressed with it. I thought the first two were better, and this one was eh. And so I would say
I agree. I actually watched this one because of how much I enjoyed 1 and 2, and I was like, well, I guess I'm done with the series.
I'm with you 100%. So yeah.
And I'm not a big horror guy. Like I'm not the aficionado that Gannon is.
Oh, you're not an aficionado?
Not of the horrors.
Oh, not of the horror.
So I I actually dug The Conjuring and The Conjuring 2,
nice.
Electric Boogaloo, but The Conjuring 3, Dodo, was not as great.
Fair enough. All right. Well, listen, I think that about does it for this evening, boys and girls.
What about the other Marvel thing that you forgot to talk about?
Shut up. Well, we've done
was
fine.
A very Marvel-centric episode.
Yeah, we've done fine without those other guys for quite some time now. So
I mean, this feels like the roster right now. So
it kind of does feel like the roster.
You might want to drop them contracts so we can get paid before people start trying to jump back in on the show.
Hey, yeah. Hey, maybe you're right about that.
Just an idea.
Just an idea. All right, folks. Next week we'll be back. We'll talk some same nerd time, same nerd channel. Probably more movies and TV to talk about. And hopefully there'll be a movie.
Closer to games.
We'll get closer to games, baby. I'm very excited because there's going to be some games to talk about.
Oh yeah,
very,
board
very
games, tabletops.
Yeah, and I got to talk to Bronzebeard because I need a PvP build for my ESO guy. I was gonna build a.
He got you hooked, man.
Yeah, I like playing Battlegrounds. I'm not a huge fan of the Cyrodiil stuff or the Imperial City stuff, but I do like the Battleground stuff, and I gotta find a good character. I want to be an orc or a dragon knight, but I need a good build for PvP.
Well, so, as long as you remember to gender change when you build your character.
First of all, you refer to my character as they them, so just remember that.
I'll they them slap you.
Yeah. Anyway, boys and girls, have a wonderful week. We will see you guys back here next time with or without the other hooligans. So for my partner, Kai, and of course, the gaming guru himself, Phormat, I am G Money. Peace out. Much love, and most assuredly, always stay nerdy. And we'll see you back here next time, only on the NERDWatch. Aloha.